Hi everyone, I'm back with another video today. It's the accent tag. People are very confused with where I'm from. Obviously I'm from Northern Ireland, so people are like, wait, like, does she have an Irish accent? Does she have like an English or Scottish accent? Is she like Irish American? What is her accent? Northern Irish accents are very different. I personally don't really like my accent, but people get really confused with my accent, so I decided this tag would be really funny for you guys to see the difference between how you say things and I say things. So I think we're just going to start on with the video. The first thing that I have to do is just read off a list of words, and this seems pretty easy, but I think it will be funny for you guys to be able to compare how I say the words compared to how you say the words. So the words are ant, roof, root, wash, oil, theatre, iron, salmon, caramel, fire, water, sure, data, ruin, crayon, New Orleans, pecan, both, again, probably, spitting image, Alabama, lawyer, coupon, mayonnaise, syrup, pajamas, caught, naturally, aluminium, and envelope. So I don't know, you guys might say them different than me. I got a bit tongue twisted in between some of them, but that's how I say them. So let me know how you like to pronounce them words. Okay, so the next thing is the questions, and the first question is, what is it called when you throw toilet paper on a house? We don't really do this in Northern Ireland, but I know it happens, like people do it in America and they call it a teepee, I think. But we don't really do this, so we don't really have a name for it, but I just said it was like a prank or whatever, I don't know. Okay, so the second question is, what is the bug that when you touch it, it curls into a ball? We call them slaters. They're like the little, like, yeah, we call them slaters. I don't know what other people call them, but we call them slaters. The third thing is, what is the bubbly carbonated drink called? We call that just like fizzy juice. I know Americans call it like pop or soda, but we call it fizzy juice. Number 4 is, what do you call gym shoes? I call them trainers. Some people call them running shoes, depending on what type of gym shoes they are. In America, I think they call them sneakers, but I think it just like depends whereabouts you're from. Number 5, what do you say to address a group of people? Over here we would say like usins or themins, which I don't think is actually correct. Like if you're in like proper like English, you wouldn't say this, but this is just like kind of like our slang. I know personally I always say them guys over there or you guys, and like not a lot of people actually say that over here, it just seems to be me. Number 6 is, what do you call the kind of spider or spider-like creature that has an oval shaped body and extremely long legs? I think we have 2 names for them, so we either call it a Johnny Long Legs or a Daddy Long Legs. I absolutely hate these spiders. Number 7 is, what do you call your grandparents? I call my grandparents Nanny and Papa, but as I've got older I started to call my Papa Granda. It's just been like, my family, all my sisters and cousins, we have always called my Granda Papa from a young age, but I think we're all kind of growing out of it, but he'll always be my Papa. He's probably watching this. What do you call the wheeled contraption in which you carry groceries in the supermarket? We call them trolleys. Yeah, we call them trolleys. I think everyone calls them trolleys from here, that's not just me. What do you call it when the rain falls while the sun is shining? We call that a sun shower. Unfortunately, we never have sun shining when the rain is falling. Fortunately, we never really have sun, so we just have the rain falling part of that. But yeah, we call it a sun shower. This is the last question. It's number 10, and it is, what is the thing you use to change the TV channel with? We call them a remote or a controller, or a remote controller. It just depends. I mean, I use all three of them words, but we would call it either a remote, a controller, or a remote controller. And that is all the questions. I hope you guys liked it and it gave you a bit of a better idea on what my accent is and how I say things and how I pronounce different things. I would love if you guys could comment down below where you're from and what type of accent you have, and if any of the words that I said you say differently and what way you say them. I am very interested in what way other people speak and what way other people's accents are. I just find them so fascinating, and most of the time I could listen to them all day because they are better than mine. I don't know if you guys agree, but I feel like my voice is so like one-toned, like it's just like and it's like really low and kind of sounds like a man. Yeah, so let me know where you're from, what accent you have, and what words that you say different, and I'll be sure to look and comment back. So thanks for watching, and